Today was my final day to work on my game. It's been a great learning experience for me as I have not done as many models as I have done throughout the past. Though today was challenging as it's taken me almost 3 days to figure out this puzzle mechanic from its beginnings of importing the models to sorting out the raycasting or detection, and then finally, of course, the biggest problem is getting it so that once you've done a task, the enemies will activate. Um, I have done. I have tried doing two methods, which one has worked at the end of the project, which is what I'll show you. But my previous method was to have it scripted so that it re-enables the enemy once the task has been completed. Now, what I mean by this is before I had it so that the enemies were always in this area, and what happens would be when you start the game, it just disables them and makes them invisible so that you can't tell if they're there. And once you're done with the task, what I wanted was to just reappear and reactivate the enemies. This caused many issues for me, so I gave up on working on that. So what I've done instead is scripted it so that once the end tasks have been done, the enemies will spawn. That explains why no enemies are there anymore. This method helps me because it means I don't have to do a script so that they're disabled first and then I can re-enable them. And instead now it's just as soon as they have been spawned in, they're active. If I head over to the enemy AI, so of course, whenever you begin play, it should always activate the behavior tree. Before, when I tried doing the activate code, I had this switch so that whenever you have like a completed task, the event completed task would happen. That was one of the reasons why it caused issues. So a demo of my game. What I have also done is changed my UI so that there is an enemies left tab down at the bottom now, so you can easily tell how many enemies are supposed to spawn. So when you first do the task, you're supposed to press E, and the biggest problem that comes with this method right now is that if the player doesn't go on the how to play section, they won't understand that they have to wait until the task complete display pops up. Because maybe sometimes they'll just instantly try doing each task, and that could cause soft locking issues, which is a problem. The other problem comes with the lever. I sadly did not get enough time to code the lever to do a different type of task separate from the others, meaning the lever does almost the exact same thing as these, where you just press it, wait 8 seconds, and then it just task completes. If I wanted to continue with this game or make a brand new game in the future, I would want to make sure to figure out a way to separate tasks. I think I could figure out a way by having a separate blueprint just to detect another type of laser, and maybe once I'm done with the first task, the laser gets destroyed. I'm not exactly sure yet. But as seen there, once I did both tasks, the enemies start appearing, which of course they will start looking around and start hurting you. Another thing I have to do for this project was I created these enemy models. In a previous video, I've explained about them and how the biggest problem with them is that, of course, they're not animated, which I could not get the time to animate myself. And when I named the bone structures of these enemies, I sadly didn't name them the same names as most of the importing animations for Unity, Unreal. Though, that being said they still hurt you if they get close. I've had to rework this radius so that they're now on the main body instead of on the hand. They still do the same, but when you kill them, they ragdoll, and then after a few seconds they respawn, and then your counter starts going down. And the final thing I've also done with this project is rework it so that you actually kill the last final enemy of the game. So again, I will say that this project has been very fun for me, especially considering how it's no longer that I've had to work on the first person shooter side. I worked on the other side of things that I've wanted to work on in the past, where you solve puzzles, and then after you solve puzzles is the first person section of the game. I think as a mini demo, this game works well enough to warrant a completed version of a game in the future. I think if I ever have the time many after my education and all that, I believe I can go back to this game and just finish it off because this game can be promising for me. But anyways, that is it for my project 2.